Greetings from our Temecula studios. This is the Ryder Report. I'm Ryder Bullock. The Los Angeles Lakers held on for a thrilling 116-115 victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves in a game that came down to the final possession. The Lakers shot an efficient 54.2% from the field and 35.5% from three, while Minnesota kept pace with 50% overall shooting and 50% from beyond the arc. Free throw shooting was a key factor as the Timberwolves made 18 of 22 attempts, 81.8%, slightly outpacing the Lakers' 15 of 22, 68.2%. Los Angeles controlled the boards with 40 rebounds, including 11 offensive, and generated 34 assists, while Minnesota recorded 34 rebounds and 30 assists. Lakers' dominance in the paint, scoring 60 points to Minnesota's 44, helped offset their 19 turnovers. Austin Reeves led the Lakers with 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, scoring a perfect 7 of 7 from the line. While Julius Randle powered the Timberwolves with 33 points, 10 of 20 shooting, and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. Los Angeles scored a double-digit lead at one point, but Minnesota's sharp shooting kept the game close, nearly pulling off the upset. In the end, clutch plays down the stretch secured the one-point win for the Lakers, highlighting their ability to dominate inside while relying on balanced team play. Once again, welcome to the Ryder Report. I am Ryder Bullock. Lots to get to today. Game 5 of the World Series, plus more basketball news, an update on Trae Young's injury. NFL news, Adrian Hutchinson got an extension. Have all the details. Plus, Arch Manning is in concussion protocol. Will he play against Vanderbilt? We have the latest. And also a track report from Del Mar. You do not want to miss tonight's episode of the Ryder Report. You're in the right place. You found it, and we're so glad you're here. Let's get to it, and we continue with basketball. Rockets taking on the Raptors. Rockets won at 139-121. That's the final. And let me tell you, Houston made a statement. Kevin Durant drops 31. Jabari Smith Jr. adds a season-high 25. Sengun nearly has a triple-double with 18 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. The Rockets dominated in every phase, 53-22 on the boards. 7 players with 5 or more rebounds, and they controlled the paint from the start to finish. Toronto, Scotty Barnes, 31, Brandon Ingram, 29, Colin Murray Boyles gets 13 in his first start, and they still can't hang. That's 4 straight losses, all by double digits, 3 against Texas teams. With Jacoby Polte out, nobody stepped up inside, and it showed. The game was over by halftime. Houston closes the first half on an 11-0 run, opens the third with a 14-4 run, and they never looked back. Toronto hit 21 threes, a season best, but it didn't matter. Houston's size, depth, and Durant's scoring carried them to a decisive win, and the Raptors are left scrambling early in the season. Boston taking on the Cavaliers. Celtics winning 125-105. And Jaylen Brown was the story tonight. 30 points for Brown, including 13 during a 20-3 run to end the first half that blew the game open. He hit a 31-footer step back 26-footer at the buzzer. And I mean, he was spectacular. Sam Hauser comes off the bench with 21. Josh Minott grabs 14 rebounds. Quaida, 13. Pritchard, 10 assists. This Celtics team is finding some rhythm, and, they need it now that Jason Tatum's not playing. And Cleveland, Evan Mobley, 19 and 11 boards. Jalen Tyson, 19. Donovan Mitchell made all 4 threes in the first quarter, but then the rails fell off. They went cold, finishing with 15. The Cavs had the lead early in the second, 57-55. Then Boston just took over, scoring 20 of the next 23 points to go up 15 at the half. After that, it was all Celtics. They led by 19 midway through the third, never let Cleveland get closer than 9, and shot 33% in the fourth quarter. Boston is showing some serious balance and depth here. They're moving the ball, 20 assists in the first half alone, hitting shots from everywhere. And their bench is contributing. So watch out for Boston. Cleveland, meanwhile, will need to figure it out. They got to finish strong and keep Donovan from disappearing after a hot start. This was a statement win for Boston, and the Celtics are heading into the in-season tournament with some confidence. Pistons taking on the Magic. Pistons win at 135-116, and Cade Cunningham was sensational. 30 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. The guy did it all. Detroit got off to a slow start, missing 9 of their first 10 shots and trailing 15-6 early, but then turned it on in the second half, outscoring Orlando 70-52 over the final 2 quarters to pull away. Tobias Harris added 23 points. Jalen Duran had a double-double with 21 and 12 boards, and the Pistons rode a 14-1 run in the third to take control, eventually leading by as many as 16. Orlando's Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner combined for 46, but they struggled from the floor and at the line, missing 17 of 30 shots and 11 of 28 free throws in the first 3 quarters. Detroit sealed it early in the fourth, going up 117-97, and cruised home with their bench players finishing the game. This was a statement win for the Pistons, now 3-2 on the season, showing they can come back from a slow start and dominate in the second half. Orlando, meanwhile, drops to 4 straight losses and will need to find some consistency fast. Hawks taking on the Nets. Hawks win at 117-112. And wow, what a night. Trae Young goes down with a right knee sprain in the first quarter, grabbing 6 points in 7 minutes before leaving the game. Coach Quinn Snyder confirmed post-game no ACL issues. So that's good news. But the Hawks are going to have to navigate his absence for at least a little while. Young is averaging 20.8 points and 9.5 assists. That's a lot to replace. Jalen Johnson led the Hawks with 23 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 18. Luke Kennard, 17. Kennard going 4 of 5 from 3. And Atlanta spotted Brooklyn a 12-0 start, but took control in the first quarter and never trailed again, holding off a late push as Michael Porter Jr. scored a season-high 32 for the Nets. Cam Thomas had 19, Nick Claxton added 18 and 12 boards, but Brooklyn falls to 0-5, the team's worst start since 2015. The Hawks are now 2-3 and facing the challenge of operating without their floor general. Alexander Walker started in Young's place, giving the team a chance to focus on ball movement and defense, but there's no replacing Trae's vision and playmaking. Snyder stressed that the team will need to work together, passing the ball and finding advantages while Young recovers. Despite the injury scare, Atlanta survives, but this is going to be a real test of depth and cohesion moving forward. From basketball and to Game 5 of the World Series, and what a game it was. And the Blue Jays are 1 win away. That's the line tonight. Toronto Blue Jays 6, Los Angeles Dodgers 1, and the Jays take a 3-2 lead in the 2025 World Series. Back-to-back leadoff homers from Davis Schneider and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., the first time in World Series history anyone's done that. And that set the tone. Trey Yesevich was untouchable. The rookie struck out 12 no-walks in just 5 innings. He fanned 10, matching a mark of Sandy Koufax set in 1963. Let that sink in. Yesevich is rewriting rookie postseason history. The Dodgers, forget adjustments, forget familiarity. By the bottom of the 5th, any hope LA had was crushed. Alex Call strikes out Yesevich's 10th punch out in 5 frames, and it's over. The Jays offense is humming behind Vlad Jr., Schneider, and a lineup that doesn't quit, while the pitching absolutely dominant. So Game 6, Friday in Toronto, looms huge. Kevin Guzman on the mound, a Rogers center ready to erupt, and one more win will end a 32-year World Series drought. The Dodgers can't see Yesevich again in a start, but they might bring Shohei Ohtani in Game 7 if it gets there. So one more win, and history will be made. 1 win away. Wow, Game 6 is Friday. Breeders' Cup Classic is this weekend, Friday and Saturday at Del Mar. We have an update. and it's a big one. Sovereignty. The Kentucky Derby and Belmont winner scratched. We heard rumors about this yesterday with a fever, and he is now gone. He's out of the race, out of the $7 million World Championship race this Saturday at Del Mar. The favorite, the horse everyone expected to carry the race, just won't be running. Trainer Bill Mott made the call, and let me tell you, this isn't a surprise if you know him, right? He is always putting the horse first, always playing it safe, okay? You remember he won the Derby, won the Belmont, did not race in the Preakness. A lot of people thought had he raced in the Preakness, he would have won and would have been a Triple Crown winner. But he did not race in the Preakness, so no Triple Crown. Was supposed to race Saturday. Now he's out. And journalism, I'll tell you a horse that likes that is journalism. Remember, journalism came in second in the Derby, came in second in the Belmont, won the Preakness. So I'm not saying he's the favorite, but definitely another horse to keep your eyes on. Horse racing analyst Jerry Bailey weighed in. He said it's not good for the race. It's not good for racing. It's terrible. Terrible is timing. But he also said this doesn't ruin the event. And he's right. Because journalism's in it. Fierceness, Forever Young, Sierra Leone, they're all still in it. And the odds adjusted. Fierceness now the 5-2 favorite. Journalism 5-1. Forever Young and Sierra Leone at 7-2. So plenty of marquee talent still in the mix, folks. So yes, you lose a superstar, but the race stays competitive, and it's still determined the horse of the year. So Sovereignty's health comes first. We're not going to make any light of that. Mott wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it. But Del Mar, whether that horse races or not, is still going to light up Saturday with a $7 million classic, and you better believe it's going to be exciting. So keep your eyes on the gate, because even without the favorite, this is still the World Championship of Racing. Keeping the theme with horse racing, Mike Rapoli, self-proclaimed commissioner of horse racing, is off the charts. He called Racing Powers some of the worst leadership in sports, labeled the Breeders' Cup schedulers stupid people, and said the Jockey Club is a blood-bold scam. And now he's on a crusade to eliminate rabbits from horse racing. You say, what in the world is a rabbit? Well, here's the deal. In Saturday's $7 million Breeders' Cup Classic, Rapoli's Fierceness is now the 5-2 morning line favorite, but there's a twist. Trainer Chad Brown entered Contrary Thinking, a horse with 2 wins and 7 starts, a long shot by any measure, purely to ensure an early pace for his stablemate, Sierra Leone, last year's Classic winner. That's a rabbit, okay? So enter a horse not to win, but to help another horse win. Rapoli is furious, calling Contrary Thinking an emotional support rabbit on social media, petitioning the Breeders' Cup and California Horse Racing Association to act, and warning about safety issues. The scratch of Kentucky Derby winner Sovereignty already shook up the Classic, and now this drama, tension, and controversy is at it again, right? So Rapoli's booming voice has made this Classic about more than just the $7 million prize. So keep your eyes on the gate Saturday, because whether you agree with him or not, Rapoli is making sure nobody's ignoring the story behind the story. Del Mar is going to be on fire. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, and always great when the horses are running at Del Mar Friday and Saturday. Here's what's trending in sports. Florida Panthers forward Brad Marchand is stepping away from the team tonight to support a friend's family following a tragic loss. Marchand is serving as a guest coach for a local 18 and under team in his hometown of Halifax, Nova Scotia, as part of a fundraiser for the family, which includes a raffle featuring a signed jersey. He missed Tuesday's game against the Anaheim Ducks, but is expected to return when the Panthers face the Dallas Stars on Saturday. Texas Longhorns quarterback Arch Manning, recovering from a concussion, returned to practice Wednesday and is listed as questionable for Saturday's game against number 9 Vanderbilt. Manning left last week's overtime win at Mississippi State after taking a hit to the back of his helmet, but finished with a career-high 346 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Starting safety Michael Taffy, who recently had thumb surgery, and starting center Cole Hudson, sidelined with a leg injury, are also listed as questionable for the matchup. The Detroit Lions have signed star pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson to a 4-year contract extension through 2030, reportedly making him the NFL's highest paid non-quarterback in guaranteed money. Media reports suggest the deal is worth $180 million, including $141 million guaranteed, with a $45 million average salary, trailing only Micah Parsons among non-quarterbacks. Hutchinson leads the Lions with 6 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, and 13 quarterback hits through 7 games this season and was a 2023 Pro Bowl selection. That's what's trending in sports. Here is tonight's final thought. You watch those live shots from Sloden, from Copper Mountain, and it hits you. Winter sports, the kind that makes your heart pound and crowds roar, are now hostage to a planet that isn't cooperating. A dusting of snow where there used to be blankets, artificial slopes where nature fails. This is the new normal. Athletes like B. Kim and Julia Kern are doing what they love, but even as they chase snow or adapt to smoke and slush, the clock is ticking on the very landscapes that make their sport possible. Climate change isn't some distant, abstract threat. It's here at the start gate, in the air they breathe, the mountains they ski, the glaciers they race down. It forces them to travel more, to burn more fuel, to innovate and compromise just to compete. And yet for all the challenges, there's resolve. Athletes are speaking up, adapting, advocating, holding on to the hope that action today can still preserve the winters of tomorrow. It's worth remembering that skiing, snowboarding, mountaineering, these are not just games or entertainment. They're a connection to something larger, to the rhythms of nature that are increasingly impaired. So, when the Olympics kick off in 99 days in Milan Cortina, watch closely. Celebrate the triumphs, yes, but don't lose sight of the backdrop. The snow under their skis is more than ice and crystals. It's a reminder that the future of winter, like the future of the planet, depends on what we do now. That'll do it for me on this Wednesday night. Till next time, Ryder Bullock reporting. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me share mine.